Eileen Leonhardt and student Nick Sosinski. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Nick, what year are you at Lumen Christi?
I'm a junior at Lumen Christi, so 11th grade.
Have you been on the mission trip before?
Yes, twice before.
Wow.
Yeah, planning to go next year as well. All 4 years.
Cool. Is there a prize to go all 4 years?
I wish.
My undying gratitude.
Yeah. Well, this is something that's been going on for how long?
Well, they started in 2004, and it would normally be our 20th year, but unfortunately COVID kept us out of the country for 3 years, so it's the 17th year that we're going back.
Man, that's amazing. I remember I was coming back from my spring break trip a few years ago, and I ran into all you guys at Metro, and you guys look like you were beat up. I mean, it's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yes, very much.
We work from 8:30 in the morning till noon, and then we go back at it at about 1 o'clock and work till 3:30, 4 o'clock every day, except for Sunday and our travel days, obviously.
It's not laying on the beach.
No, sadly not.
What do you do?
We build small blue houses, 10 by 12, right? Yeah, it's 10 by 12, so probably no bigger than like your dining room or something. We go to grocery stores and buy food for families and hand them out.
And visit the infirmary.
Yes, infirmary.
Do you stay at a resort?
Not a resort, more like
it's a timeshare condo situation where we can stay.
So these are called little blue houses. So what's the significance of blue?
It's their favorite color in Jamaica. and then it's easier to identify what houses have been built by the missionaries. The other thing is that most of these houses are put up on state land, so the land isn't owned by the owner. So if somebody comes along and says you have to go, that house can be taken down and moved to wherever they go, so they don't lose their home.
Good thinking. You help with the food. Is it a poor area that you visit?
Yeah, very.
Yeah. So you must be a very welcome presence.
Very much so, yes.
What kind of food, and do you eat the food?
No.
No.
Not the food we buy.
Not the food we buy. They get staples like flour and beans and pasta, stuff that can last. For a family here in Jackson, it would go no more than a week probably, if that at all. But they make it work for a month. And it's just amazing to our kids to see what they do eat compared to what we're used to having every afternoon, a snack when you come home from school. And it just doesn't happen there. So,
how many kids go each year?
It varies. It could be like 20 to 10. It would be 16 kids this year for adults, so 20 in total.
Hundreds of kids go to Lumen Christi. How do you decide which 20 are the ones that go on the mission trip?
Whoever signs up, whoever wants to go, sign up, pay money to go.
Do you feel like it's a sacrifice? You're giving up a spring break in Florida?
A bit, but I feel like it's worth it going, seeing all the smiles you get from all the kids playing with you and the adults receiving food in a home.
And you've worked in construction before, so you know how to...
Not construction.
How do you know how to build a house?
They tell us what to do.
Okay.
We are accompanied by 2 builders every day on our job sites. But the kids, they actually are the ones operating the hammers and the saws. We don't use very many power tools. It's pretty much a hammer. And some of the kids, we have to teach them how to hit a nail.
Well, probably no electricity to plug in any power tools.
No.
Let's look at some of the photos of the past mission trips. What's happening here?
This is our evening team meeting. We gather and discuss what we've done, what's coming up the next day, and how does that make us feel? What is it like at home compared to what we're seeing?
You're staying in all in the same place?
Yeah. It's a complex we have, at our complex, we have 3 buildings. The guys are pretty much in one, the girls in the other 2.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
That's a traditional picture of the team picture on usually the Sunday morning that we get up early and go to the sunrise, and then we go on to church.
And what's your
Awaken the Dawn is our theme
Yes.
every day. And this is how we come back from the job site.
You sleep good
Very
when you're
good.
there?
Somewhat, yeah.
Do you lose weight?
Not that I've counted, at least.
Okay. You do missionary work too, not just build houses. How do you interact with the locals?
Well, the children love to come up and play with us. Every time the kids want to get on my shoulders and just walk around, my neck is sore at each time.
Just
get
thinking
down.
about it makes you get
Yes, exactly. Very much so.
And do you meet with like senior citizens that are down there?
Sometimes
Right.
the infirmary is where we usually interact with the senior citizens, and because of COVID, we have to be more restricted. We don't get to go in as freely as we used to go, but they still get to go, and we sing and put hand lotion and paint nails and things like that, and just listen to them.
What about is there a language barrier? Nick, do you speak Jamaican, man?
Jamaican man, yeah man, somewhat. They speak English there, so, but the different the accent's a bit difficult to understand at times.
But you've been so many times, you're probably fluent.
Maybe.
The beautiful. It's Jamaica.
It
So
is.
do you get to see any? Do you do any, sightseeing or anything?
A bit. We go to, it's called Dunn's River Falls. It's a giant waterfall that you get to climb up.
It's like a park.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's 697 feet from sea level to the top of the falls, and everybody takes a turn scrambling up the falls. And I did it once. I can say I did it once. But I stand on the side and take pictures now. Let the young ones go up. So
You also, I think you're having a doctor, a mom who's a doctor is going this year.
Yes.
definitely. We had a touch of norovirus sweep through our camp last year, and thank heavens she was with us. So I'm a great mom, I think, but when it comes to that many kids sick, I'll pass to somebody else.
What do you guys eat when you're down there?
Rice, different kinds of meats, like chicken, pork, goat, veggies, fruits.
Goat?
Goat.
Yes, goat.
Our house moms cook for us.
Did you isolate where the norovirus came from?
No, never did. Uh-uh.
You gonna wash your hands before you eat?
Yes.
We're going to wash our hands a lot before we eat
yeah.
this time.
So they get a lot out of this. They get a house.
Yes.
They get food and whatever else. But what about you? What do you get out of it, Nick?
Gratefulness for what I have compared to what they have down there. Because living here, you don't realize how grateful you are here. Get a house, clothes, food every week, like we were talking about earlier, clean water. And you go down there and you see how little they have, and just grateful for what you have.
Eileen, over the years, students that have gone on this mission trip, the experience stays with them and becomes formation for some students to choose a
does.
career.
It does. Lumen Christi has one young man who, he's not very young anymore. He's probably mid to middle age, however that goes. But having gone on mission trips, he graduated from college and got a job as a Wall Street tycoon, basically. I mean, he was a Wall Street investor and financial planner, and about 2 or 3 years in said, this just isn't what I want to do. And he started a foundation, and he does it through, his is in Africa rather than the Caribbean, but Jim Zlotarinsky has Walk a Mile in Their Shoes, I believe is the name of his company, a foundation, and he does great work throughout and based on these mission trips.
Well, they must know Lumen Christi very well in this village in Jamaica.
Yes,
Yeah.
they love to get Lumen Christi wear. we take our T-shirts and our hats, and you see them walking around wearing them very proudly.
Well, it's a perfect name. That's a message that I'm sure is welcome anywhere.
Yes, indeed.
The your chaplain goes along too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Father Jeff Rose was for many years.
He started it, yes.
He started it, right?
Mhm, yes, he's the one that started it. And then Father Dan Lannon followed in his footsteps. And Father Brian, this is the first year Father Miguel is going with us, and we aren't quite sure how big of a carpenter he is, but we're going to find out. We'll train him.
So in the 2 prayer years you've been, Nick, have there been any incidents?
The main one is the norovirus. Got most of us last year. Then my first year, someone caught their leg on barbed wire, cut their leg a bit open.
And we had to, he had to have
Yeah,
stitches.
Mm-hmm.
But his mom is a veterinarian, and she was our medical technician that year. So,
Stitches like right there.
Dog stitches.
Yeah.
Stitches is stitches.
Stitches, yes. Stitches are stitches.
When do you go? When do you leave?
we live the 19th of March and
yeah.
come back on the 26th.
Is there anything you need from the community?
We would love prayers from everybody, that everybody stays healthy and productive. But we will take donations, because what we're raising money for now is the medical supplies that we can buy in Jamaica to help them out. So anyone wanting to make a donation can make it payable to Lumen Christi and mark Jamaica on the memo line, and we will put it to good use.
Great, and you can just get that to Lumen Christi, send it in, or drop it off. Well, I hope you have a safe and productive and rewarding trip in Jamaica.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Eileen, bon voyage.
One more time.
On to Jamaica for Lumen Christi, Jamaica Trip Director Eileen Leanhart, and student junior Nick Sosinski. Well, that's it.